Hi guys, and welcome to the second episode of Much Ado About Dota. I'm your host, Blitz. Joining me today is none other than my co-host, starting off with former player of EG, current player of, is it the A team right now? He is the #1 Tinker player in the world in the front of his dad's eyes, Bulba. How are you doing, sir? That's where you're supposed to say something, Sam.
Hello, doing well. Sorry.
Alright, and also with us is the one player, or the carry role for Dignitas, formerly of Bottom Bottom. He is our other Asian host, Curtis Ling, aka AUI_2000, not Owie.
Hi. Okay. Are we supposed to
I don't know.
introduce ourselves?
Yeah, I guess. Alright, and then we have the former captain of Quantic Gaming, the guy who casted with Toby and DreamHack, and the goofiest grin in the entire world. We have with us PAINTITGOLD.
What's going on? I'm here to balance out the racial distribution a bit with my new webcam.
And finally joining us today is our special guest, all the way from China. He is formerly of Quantic Gaming. We have LGD International's offlane player, Suicide Lane, whatever you want to call it, Braxton, or Brax for short. How are you doing today, buddy?
Hi. I'm good.
All right. What time is it right now in China?
Like 9.
Oh god, you're lagging again, Brax.
Hello?
Oh, I could hear you if no one else could.
Okay.
Is anybody else? Okay, whatever.
He's lagging for me too. I think he's lagging for Spit.
Yeah,
So.
I think you're lagging in general.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, this is
Okay.
awkward.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to do now. Okay,
Fine.
if it's working for him, then we'll go on. So anyways, so far, how's living in China right now, Brax, with the rest of the guys at LGD International?
Oh, it's great, you know. Nobody wakes up till like 2 or 3, and then you play Dota, so
All day.
dream, I
Are you
guess.
guys, how's the living arrangements right now? Do you guys each get your own rooms, or is it just everybody gets their own rooms?
A podcast has one room, and it's a share room, so.
Oh, that doesn't seem fair. And I know that...
Who's
Sorry.
your roommate, Brax? Just curious.
Even.
Steven?
But like the rooms are right next to each other. Like I can open a door, and I can see G and Ninja right there. So.
Okay.
Let's see.
And I know you guys are living with the Chinese players, right?
Yeah.
Over on LGD China. How's that going in terms of the practice and all that? Like, do you guys play against each other often, or is it pretty much everyone just kind of does their own thing?
Oh yeah, we always play against. We played like 31 games or 32 games from now, so it's good practice.
All right. And as far as away from Dota, do you guys do anything special while when you guys get off days or anything like that, or is it pretty much just you practice every single day?
Tomorrow's our off day, so that means we're probably going to the club or something. I don't know what's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen.
Just something's gonna happen.
Something. We'll find out later.
All right, and I have to ask your favorite thing about China so far, and your least favorite thing.
Favorite's probably the food, and then my least favorite's probably the food also. Because like all this new food I've never tried before, and it's all like my stomach is really shitty. I had diarrhea the first whole week I was here, and yeah, I don't know. It's just there's good food and there's bad food. I eat chicken and beef and rice. That's about it. Everything else is bad food for me.
That seems like way too like broad of a category to just like lump everything. There's good food or there's bad food. There's nothing in
There
between.
is, man.
Well,
If you go
Brax
to a
actually-
restaurant, you get like this huge pot of food with like soup in it, and you just end up looking at it. You don't know what to do with it. It's just like, I don't know. It's weird.
Brax explained this to me a bit before, and he was talking, and I was like, well, like, what are you eating? And he's like, well, I don't know what I'm eating, so I can't really explain it. Like, I just know that beef, chicken, and rice are good.
Yep.
So.
That's actually what I stick with whenever I go to foreign countries as well, so I can't
Yeah.
blame you too much on that end. But anyways, so what's your practice schedule like? Like, can you guide us through just like the general day of what you guys do from start to finish?
Uh-oh.
Oh, my Skype's lagging real bad. It's supposed to be from 4 to 12, but we just pretty much play how we can. Because teams go to sleep different times now, so we just scrim until, 2, 3.
I literally did not hear anything you just said right
Yeah,
now.
I heard we scrimmed till 2 or 3, and then he cut off.
Oh my god, that Chinese internet. And by the way, do you guys play? Yeah, we can hear you now. But do you guys play against any other teams, or do you only exclusively play against the Chinese teams now?
We played Tongfu, DK, and we played IG yesterday, one game.
How'd that
That was
go?
very fun. That was no good.
No good.
Apparently, turning off the webcam on Skype helps.
No, it'll restart, like, we have all the images set to a layout, so we can't do that.
Yeah.
Can we really not? Okay,
Okay.
well, if it's okay for Aaron, then he hasn't said anything else yet. So anyways, all right. So we briefly talked about, last week we talked about the issue of team houses and whether they were really necessary or not. I know that Curtis over here said that he felt that they were kind of pointless. Well, not pointless,
No.
Okay, well, Kurt can say it in his own words.
I think that they're useful too, but I don't think they're the only way that a team can be successful. Because like people in StarCraft, especially in that scene, seem to think that the only way someone can get good is if they're in a Korean team house practicing like 12 hours a day, and I just don't think that's true.
Okay, and Brax, living in China right now, do you agree with this assessment, or do you feel like it actually has been like of a great benefit having to play with the same 5 people in the room?
I think it's a huge, like the whole LAN thing it's really necessary to think better, because you can actually like, over a replay with like a team on Skype or whatever, it's hard to say, hey, this happened here, or hey, here we should have done this. Like you can't make sure everybody's doing the exact same thing or watching the same thing. But when you're on LAN, you can just walk over and point it out or whatever, and you get to know people on like a personal basis too. So when you're playing in game, you understand what they're gonna do and you know what to expect. You don't have to waste time saying, hey, I'm gonna go in, or hey, this is what we need to do. It just happens. So I think it's good.
Okay, and I know Sam had touched on the subject earlier that it was also important that everyone was also on the same schedule and everything like that. Has that been an issue at all, or does everybody wake up around the same time, or if not, you guys just like come and wake each other up?
Uh-oh, Brax lag.
Oh
They're
god,
robots.
the robots are back.
Cool.
I literally hear nothing Brax says now. What are we supposed to do now, Aaron?
I mean, I know. Well, I'll fill in some space because I've talked with Brax quite a bit, and Brax says that he's generally not on the same sleep schedule as like, the rest of the teammates. He says they're all snoozers, and well, I mean, he stays up, but they all like sleep until like 2 or 3 p.m. and then they just play Dota all night. He said, and Brax is the only one up at like 8 to 9 a.m. in the morning, and like that's right now in China, so.
Okay, fair
Yeah, I'm
enough.
not supposed to be up right now, man. I should be sleeping till like 12:30.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys said it was your off day, though, so you're okay. You get a thumbs
But
up.
tomorrow's
You're
the
right.
off day.
Oh, tomorrow's the off day?
Wait, is it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Do you really not know?
It's
Today's
soon.
Monday, so it should be Tuesday
It's
for you.
Tuesday for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Tuesday for you. So, okay, anyways.
Uh-oh.
What?
Hello?
Every time you guys like, I lag, you guys freeze. So I know when I'm lagging.
Oh god. Alright, anyways. So last week we talked about the issue of different playstyles, and Sam actually talked about this the most, where he said that the Chinese actually incorporated a lot of the North American playstyles into TI2, such as the TC Tiny build kind of being stolen. How do you feel like that works? Do you feel that the Chinese steal a lot from North Americans, or is there like a process to how the Chinese come up with the strategies? And does that affect your guys' playstyle at all?
They just try everything, man. I've seen support Nagas. I've seen all this retarded shit that works out somehow. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that they've had that strategy for a long time because it just makes sense. Tiny and Wisp go together perfectly.
Yeah, I have a question for you actually, Brax. Like, how many scrims on average daily do you play against other like top teams? I know I see you matchmaking a lot, probably when you aren't scrimming, but how many like scrims would you average daily?
I'd say 8 or 9. Sometimes
8 or
it's
9.
like 4 or 5 if nobody's playing, or like 15 if, we're playing DK or LGD or something.
Nice.
Okay. And do you feel like it's necessary to play that many games a day, or like is it nice to have a break day once in a while? Because I know a lot of other teams, like some teams feel that a few days of break are necessary, or do you feel like it's necessary to just like keep grinding games over and over again, even if you're losing?
I think it's fine to take a break, but honestly, even on a break day, we're still probably going to play. You know, what do you do the whole day? We're in China. Nobody speaks English, man. There's nothing to do. You just play Dota and go eat or something. That's about it.
Do you guys have, I know that I talked about how you guys live with the other LGD players, the Chinese ones. Is there a lot of communication between the two teams? Do you guys discuss strategies amongst yourselves, or do you generally just keep to yourselves?
Oh, yeah, of course. We help each other, you know. I think the first day, they were helping us with, like, you know, like, oh, why didn't you guys do this? I think this would have been better. Or, hey, you should have picked Shadow Fiend here instead of whatever. You know, they throw out little things to help us some. That's nice.
All right. And is there, like, any issues with the communication or anything like that?
Let's just say it's English, and it needs some work. That's okay.
Yeah, but, I mean, Dota's Dota, right? You understand it
Yeah.
at some basic level?
Of course.
All right, so moving on, we have, we talked about Brax in China, and so far we have, next coming up, ESWC. Kurt, you and Bulba actually played in that, and right now we'll show the results on the screen. And Navi, unsurprisingly, sort of, to some people, they came in first, and they triumphed 2-0 over Dignitas. Kurt, was this result disappointing for you, and did you feel like this is something you guys should have done a little bit better? I know some of your members expressed that they were kind of sad that they lost 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely disappointed, and I mean, this was our first major LAN together at all. I mean, we didn't even have our full 5, but this is our first major LAN for 4 of us. And the thing about, like, a LAN tournament compared to something else, like, for example, we won a Pro Dota, and when we won that, we were, like, really excited just to win the $10,000. Like, that's what we were excited about. But we went to ESWC, and when we lost to Navi, even though we won $8,000, I think everyone was just disappointed that they lost. Like, no one cared about the money at all. And everyone just cared about winning or losing the tournament. And I definitely think that we performed a lot weaker than we should have from practice.
What do you think the cause of that was, like underperforming in general? Do you think it was LAN nerves or anything like that? Like being it first time for most of you guys?
Well, I know, I'm pretty sure like a few of us didn't have the most comfortable sleep the night before. Like we weren't the most well rested. Our game was really early in the morning. I mean, it's not really a good excuse, but it does sort of explain it. And I don't know, LAN, sometimes stuff just goes wrong.
All right, and Bulba, I know that you are the most competitive person in the entire world, and you take losses incredibly seriously. Were you satisfied with the result at all? Did you feel on some level like responsible at all? Like how did you consider the loss in general?
I don't know. I thought we could have taken them to a third game. I thought we had the second game actually at one point. We were doing pretty well. We had Aghanims on Tiny, and we just had like these really bad fights and bad coordination, I think, which is probably due to the LAN nerves. I know that I scrimmed with them a lot before, like maybe 2 weeks before we started scrimming, but we did a lot better in those games, so it was kind of sad to see that like that. So I know we could have done a lot better. And it was also really sad that it wasn't a best of 5. I don't know about that, but yeah, it was like out of nowhere. It was like last day they just tell us it's a best of 3, so we're all hoping for a best of 5. So.
Okay, and also I meant to ask you guys, do you feel like this is something that you just kind of had to get out of the way? I mean, I guess it is important, right, that you guys get some LAN experience before something major comes up, such as DreamHack and the International. So maybe it wasn't too bad of a result overall, because you did gain that, right?
It's not like it's a failure, right? We did get second. We won a good amount of money. And we did, like, the LAN experience is very valuable, I think. So we didn't do that bad in the tournament, I guess. But losing's always disappointing.
All right, and Brax and Josh, did you guys actually happen to catch any part of the tournament?
Yeah, I watched the finals. I didn't watch any time before the finals. I tuned in for the Super Bomber strategy by Puppy, but I mean, I wasn't really too interested in that.
Okay, did you guys see anything interesting in there, and did you feel like Dignitas could have performed better than they had?
Yeah, I feel like Dignitas performs worse than usual, than they usually perform. I was hoping they would at least pull off one game, and I mean they played pretty well The Pudge game, I was disappointed to see them lose because I thought they had a big pick advantage, and yeah, and then I don't know, Dendy Pudge just went all over the map, just destroying everybody.
Oh, I meant to ask you, Brax. Like that was something that we saw in the international, right, where Chinese teams are actually actively banning Dendy's Pudge. Did you actually happen to gain a perspective on why they believe it's such a deadly hero? Because it's generally just regarded as a pub hero by every other team, right?
Right, but it's hard to play against. You know, he can solo smoke and go gank any lane, or if you don't have a ward here, you don't really want to run through there. You can get hooked. You can't go through the river without being scared all the time. It's just, if you're not used to playing it, you might as well ban it, you know?
Yeah,
There's no point in taking a risk and playing against something you've never played against before and just losing because of that. So I think it makes sense.
So do you think that it's more of just no other team kind of runs it, so it's kind of a pocket strat for Na'Vi and teams are uncomfortable playing against it in general?
Yeah, of course. Na'Vi is like the only team that can actually play it really well. So
Why do you think that other teams in China haven't actually tried to abuse that hero yet?
everything, there are no push strats, there are no risky plays. Everything is safe. Everything is well thought out. Every movement there's a reason behind it, you know? There's not just, hey, I'm going to go here and see what happens. It's a, hey, we're going to go 5 men and do this, or hey, at this time we're going to go push this tower, or hey, go back and heal, whatever. Everything's coordinated, so I don't see it fitting at all.
Yeah, Pudges in general, he can be a hit or miss hero. I mean, it's less with Dendy Pudge, of course, but he can be a hit and miss hero. And if you miss, it's just not worth the risk to Chinese teams who play so much to get as good as they are, team coordination-wise and everything else, I would assume.
Yeah, Dendy's got some sort of aimbot, man.
Dendy's
I
got
don't know how he does it.
Do you think, Kurt, when you guys played against it, do you think there was any sort of psychological effect of him, Dendy playing Pudge? Do you think that played into effect at all?
At the start of the game, I think we were really confident that game. And then we were doing really, really well in the start. And then his Pudge just got a couple of smoke hooks on mid. So psychologically going into the game, we were fine. But after those 2 hooks, I think it sort of screwed us up a bit.
It just kind of snowballed from there for your confidence? Okay, so I actually wanted to ask more about ESWC towards you and Bulba. Was there anything you liked in particular, Sam? Anything you disliked?
About the whole event in the city, or just the event?
How was the experience? When
Yeah,
you landed
pretty
in
much.
Paris, or where? Was it Paris? Probably not.
Yeah, it was in Paris.
Yeah, when you guys landed in Paris, what was your first thought coming out of the plane and taking the taxi? Did you guys take a taxi to the hotel?
Yeah, it was the first thought is, oh my god, this taxi is expensive.
Yeah.
It's like $150 for the 4 of us. It's
Christ.
insane.
No, it was
That-
$90 for 6 of us.
Oh really?
To the
Oh,
hotel,
Fog
yeah.
took. Fog took one. Was
Fog?
$150 for just him.
Really?
No,
It's
it's
pretty
90.
great.
Yeah, Fog paid
Oh yeah, we
$80
were
for
we were all
something.
afraid actually because the whole Sandy thing was there, and then we were worried that Fog couldn't come, and
Oh,
we were
yeah.
contemplating what the hell we were gonna do about it. So and we're like,
Solus.
okay. So Way Too Sexy was like,
Yeah.
he wants to play mid, and then we're like, we freaking lost and everything. Yes, that was going through our head. And then overall, as a city, it was an okay city. It wasn't like Sweden or anything. Sweden was probably amazing,
I
and
really
even
didn't like Paris.
Denmark was pretty good. But I did not like Sweden. I mean, I did not like Paris at all. It was way too cold. Or I don't know. The people weren't that nice. No offense to any French people watching, but we actually had a funny incident at the hotel. I mean, at a restaurant, which was pretty funny. So.
Sam,
Elaborate. You have to elaborate. You can't just leave it at
Yeah,
that.
you gotta tell
yeah.
the story,
Oh,
man.
God. Okay,
Bulba,
I'll tell
Bulba.
you.
Bulba, how did you like the food?
Oh God, the food was awful too. It was I ordered something with cheese in it. And it was blue cheese and goat cheese. It was the nastiest. It was
Ew.
$25. Oh my God. And I was it's just blue cheese. I thought, okay, it tastes like the stuff in America. And then I ate it. And it's oh my God, it was the nastiest stuff I've ever ate in my life.
You should
And
have
then,
ordered the curry, man.
Yeah. And then there was this restaurant, and we went to this
Brax.
restaurant.
Jesus.
Oh God.
Okay.
Why do you have to take these shots, man?
Continue.
Kidding.
Continue,
Can't
Sam.
help it, man.
Don't worry about the curry
I know.
comments. Continue.
I like
yeah, so
curry. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so this has to do with Souls 50, the guy that actually came with us. So we went to this restaurant, and then they like charged us for water, like $20 for water. So I'm like, what the hell? Why do they have $20 for water? And then we were like, we asked for natural water or something like that. And then he's like, he took the bottle and there's like mineral natural water. And he's like, this costs $20. And then we got into argument. And he's like, if you want regular water, you have to ask for tap water. And then he took out his like broom and stuff and started waving. And he called his like chefs and stuff. And they came in a line and they started like pushing us to the wall, and oh my god, we were all pretty scared. And then Solus 50 started like talking back to the guys like, you nut job and shit, and I'm gonna call the cops on you. It was like scary as hell, so we just ran out. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I can imagine Solus arguing with the guy.
All right, well, Sam, like Curtis has to stick together with this. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter. But first impressions, like Dignitas and your teammates in real life and stuff, meeting them.
It was
here
actually
comes the
really, no, they're actually really fun. Like, they all like kind of like they're all acting together, and like they were all just like clowny. I don't know, it was just funny. We had a lot of fun, especially with our manager Charlie Yang, aka Dignitas Monolith, pretty funny guy. Without him, I honestly think we would all died in Paris. So shout out to
probably.
him. You don't understand, like that city is crazy, and to get to one place to other, like it was pretty hard, and he just like did it all for us. So shout out to him.
Yeah, and Sam loves that guy. I think at the after party, what did you do to him on the cheek?
Oh
I think
gosh.
you did something to him on the cheek.
Oh,
was it
God.
a kiss or something?
But
So
yeah,
how-
so overall the event was pretty fun. I mean, it
Okay,
wasn't
so the end result was you kissed him on the cheek.
no,
Something
he's
like
trolling.
that.
Questionable plays,
trolling.
Bulba.
I think our manager
Questionable.
just started screaming. He's like, he tried to kiss me or
He's
something.
trolling. He's trolling, dude.
Oh, no,
I don't.
no,
Kurt's an
no.
honest guy. He's really honest.
I don't know, dude. It was just Charlie and me, you know. Manager to player.
The next movie. Anyways, Kurt, what were your impressions in general? Was there anything you liked and disliked about the event overall?
Well, this is my first time in Europe, actually overseas in general. So the entire flying on a plane thing was really cool. I actually thought the event was relatively well run. I mean, there weren't very many like delays. Like whenever I read about events, there's always like, oh, there are delays and the computers aren't working and stuff like that. But at ESWC, I didn't even have any problems with the computers or anything. So that was really nice.
Anything you like terribly disliked or had an issue with in terms of just like the city or the tournament itself?
Everyone there smokes. Like everyone smells like cigarettes.
That's Europe. That's like Europe
Yeah, I mean,
entirely.
so I didn't really enjoy
Kind of
that.
like that, too.
I like the food there actually. I really like their fish, but it was relatively expensive. I mean, Vancouver's pretty expensive too, but Paris is definitely like 25% more expensive at least. So
Yeah.
So how was the award ceremony overall at ESWC? Like,
Looked incredibly
Oh, yeah.
awkward.
what were you
it
guys?
was awkward.
There were
We
two
like,
teams.
stacked
They
there.
were like, yeah. I don't think anyone in the crowd watched. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like compared to Sweden, or even like TI2 in general, you had like a bunch of people walking up to you and talking to you about Dota. And Paris, there were barely any people. I think that like, there are not many people out there that watch Dota at least. I mean, the crowd was pretty small overall, and then like no one actually came up to us and talked to us or anything. It was pretty sad, but it was okay. I mean, the entire thing was like a venue for like Xbox and PS3 games and stuff. It was like basically E3 for Paris or something. So it was okay in that regard. The whole venue was nice, but there were not many people that came up to and talked to us about Dota. And Dota was like in the corner, and it was really like nine. Oh yeah, another thing. I hated the time. I don't know, like
Yeah, the
you
game
have a
was really
time.
early.
Like I just don't understand what ESWC was thinking in that regard. Like they send Dignitas and then they send Navi to go to ESWC, and then the entire crowd is obviously Western, so they put it at 9:30 in the morning, so the entire U.S. crowd can't watch it because that's like 4:30 a.m. Eastern or whatever.
Yeah,
And I don't know.
we still ended up watching it. Like a bunch of us. Alex Mike actually made this huge Skype group that you guys were invited to as well. And yeah, that Skype group. I know. Yeah,
There was a lot of flaming in that Skype group.
there was a lot of play.
There was a lot.
Did you
So-
actually? Do you guys still actually watch a lot of tournaments, Brax? Like any foreign ones? Like, do you guys stay up and watch them together?
Brax watches them all, man.
No.
He's a
I
Pokemon
but
master.
Twitch is banned, so I can only watch under the in-game tickets. And you can't buy in-game tickets here. You get
Oh,
them
you
through
can't?
the organizers.
So you just have to
You
ask
can't
them
use
and
the
give it
store
to
at
you?
all.
Oh, I'm sorry, you can't fully abuse the shop system.
Yeah. Steven just wants cosmetic awards, man. He's dying for those, but he can't have them.
Can't you just like PayPal somebody and then they like buy it for you and then send it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like
That's a lot of work, Blitz. I mean,
yeah, but it seems like the logical conclusion if you want it that badly, right?
No, but it's more work than going to the store and just buying it. If you have to do something, it's not worth it.
Are there just like a lot of restrictions in general in China?
Oh yeah, the internet's like half the shit's blocked. Everything's slow when it loads because it goes through a firewall and all that kind of stuff.
Has that become like an issue at all for you guys at all, or is it just something you have to deal with?
It's just no Facebook, no Twitter, no YouTube, so it's not that bad, but it's still
Actually,
kind of sucks, you know?
I've seen you tweeting.
No.
Have you guys played on US West at all against like North American teams?
I play just for fun to play with people, but they don't want to do that at all because the internet here is really laggy at night. Like,
Yeah.
we were playing LGD on C server, which we get like 60 ping normally, and we had like 200 or something the whole time, and you can't see animations and the whole thing is just really laggy. That's only at night. In the day, like right now it's good because nobody's playing. When there's 10 people playing though, that's when it lags. So yeah. They're pretty
Alright.
much all fansies and they don't want to play on West. They want 0 ping. So.
Okay,
I mean,
people keep
that's-
talking about the chair behind me in chat. Like,
Just no.
it's just on the
what is
table
that?
because like you're cleaning the floor, so you put the chair up so you can clean under it. But okay, I
It's
don't know.
practical. I don't know why people
Yeah.
are complaining about it. It's completely practical. I understand you, dude.
Thank you, thank you.
Skill.
I didn't even know that was a chair.
Yeah, I didn't notice it until everyone started like pointing it out. But all right, they don't understand Asian people and Asian parents. But anyways, all right, moving on. So we have actually something I wanted to talk about. The Diretide event that recently is actually about to end today, I believe. Did you actually get a chance to play it at all, Brax, while you were in China?
Oh yeah, I loved it. That's all I played the first couple days, man.
Oh god.
And then everyone started taking PL and Nepo, and then it was just whoever picks those heroes first wins, and I just got mad and I stopped playing. But I got some good
Oh.
items, man.
Dude,
Got
the
some
Chinese
Fury on
people play at
stats.
all? Like any of the LGD guys? Did they play
They
with you
played
guys?
it like twice, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And they never played it again.
Yeah, I wanted to know what their like thoughts are on custom games in general. Like, do you guys feel that it's necessary to have these custom events like that? And do you feel that it's something that Valve should continue to do for stuff like maybe Christmas or any of the major holidays? Kirk, Sam, Paint.
What? I think it's good. Yeah, it just grows the game, and I mean, it shows that like you just want to create a good game for your for the people that play it, and like I'm sure everyone who played it had fun, and it just shows their dedication to making a good game, and it was just so much fun. They also made like everyone's so much more addicted to items now because of it. I'm sure.
And Sam or Kurt, I know you guys are busy with ESWC the entire time, but did you guys get to check it out at all?
Not too. You go ahead.
Okay. Before I played like 1 or 2, but then when I came back, all I saw like everyone was just talking about like this pudge stacks and stuff. I had no idea what the hell was going on.
What are
It was
those?
really weird. Yeah, so it was pretty confusing. At least from my perspective, because I remember from the hotel I was like watching the stream, and then Ike's Mike linked it to me, and there's like this pudge just attacking the fountain continuously for like 10 hours or something. I don't know. So it's pretty weird.
It's not the fountain, man. It's 5 heroes.
Whatever, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. 5 heroes in the fountain.
And Kurt, did you get to check it out finally at all, and what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I played my first one of it like a couple days ago, and I got like a rare or mythical item, so I love it.
Oh,
Just for that reason.
what item do you get, Kurt?
I think I got like 2 rare. Like I only played it like 5 or 6 times, but I got like 2 rares. I got good items from it, so I don't know. I like it. Now
Right.
then,
I almost got a frog from it, but then I lost to a PL picker. I was so mad.
Oh.
I hope you added him in and just like gone to IG and followed him around in matchmaking games. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I actually love that Valve is doing stuff for special events because I don't know, it's just neat to have some sort of like change in the game. So in Dota's all played on the same map, even though each game's played dynamic.
Yeah. Okay. And so, talking about items, we have the Golden Roshan Courier question. So I know Painted Gold, you guys actually won one, right? With Warden, kind of theory crafting the hell out of the
Oh.
game. Do you guys feel, well, Paint first, since you're the first up, do you feel like this was something good for them to add a unique prize to it?
I mean, like, the unique prize is really cool. It would be better if the competition was actually better. I mean, like, at the end competition, it came down to, like, mouse clickers and basically your connection to the server. Like, we had 30 ms on East, and the Sweden said, like, 5 ms on Stockholm, Sweden server. So, like, I don't know. It came down to, like, technical things rather than actually, like, killing Roshan and kiting him like a raid boss. Like, I would much rather be interested in doing, like, a raid boss type killing. Like, you have to actually dodge the spells, the Sunstrikes and the blasts, and then skill is involved. Then have it down to, like, abusing strategies, making sure you dodge the stun with, like, double Naga sleep. And, yeah, I mean, overall, I feel like it would be much better if it was a competition.
Alright, and I actually wanted to talk about something. Points were brought up on Reddit with people having an issue with you, or not you actually in particular, but actually it was you, and the ethical impacts of actually selling the courier, like going around and trying to win as many and selling it. I'll get to you last, Josh, because obviously you're not impartial in this at all, but Kurt, do you feel like people should take any sort of offense to that?
I think it's incredibly silly that people would get mad at other people for selling goods in a capitalist society. Like, that's really, really stupid. So, yeah.
Sam, do you have any opinions on the matter?
Not really.
You agree with Kurt?
Yes, it seems like weird. Why they'd even care that much? But
Okay, well, since I'm up, I skipped you, Brax. Sorry. But
It's okay.
anyways, first off, like, the people that cared the most were the people that were actually item collectors. So, like, I would look at these guys' Steam profiles because they have them in the trade, and then these guys had, like, so many items. Like, this one guy had every single Grieville egg. Like, he had, like, 30 Grieville eggs, and you know he spent a lot of money on that. So, like, these guys care about that a lot, and they aren't happy that they don't have one. But that's my opinion. But anyways, my whole take on this is, I don't value virtual items at all. Like, they don't hold value to me. Like, yeah, Golden Roshan, he's cute. He's cute as hell. And I'd like to play with him for like a week, but I mean, if he left my inventory, would I be sad? No. It doesn't matter at all to me. If someone values it at like $1,000, $2,000, then that value is way higher than what I value it at. Why would I not sell it? But that's my opinion. I don't really mind.
Okay. So good enough. Nobody really cares about that. Like, in terms of, I don't think anybody here has an issue with you selling it, but anyways, we'll take a quick break, guys. We'll be back in actually just 1 minute, so stay tuned. After the break, we'll be talking about the Dota All-Stars database and drafts in general, and the new metagame that's set right now. So we'll be right back in 1 minute. Oh, okay, and we're back now. Sorry about the break, guys. So next on our topic list, we have the Dota All-Stars database was actually recently released by Pendragon. Some time ago, DotaAllStars.com was actually the premier site to go for Dota discussion and all the jazz. And then Pendragon ended up going to Riot and kind of dissolving the website and telling us that it would be up in a week. And actually, it's been years, but recently it has just been released. Kurt, I know you said that you used to be a frequent visitor of the site. How do you feel about it finally being released? And do you have an issue with the timing of the release at all?
The timing of the release?
Yeah,
What's wrong with the timing of the release?
I mean, he said he would release it like in a week, right?
Yeah, and then especially he was like, when he took it down, he was like, hey, I'm taking this website down. I'll put it back up in a week. Hey guys, by the way, check out League of Legends. It's free. Like, that was pretty awful for him to do that. And there's a lot of cool history in there about Dota. I mean, it was basically, like, if any of you guys know about, like, Team Liquid Brood War, where you had all the, like, good Western players posting there, except it also had the Koreans in there. I guess that would be the equivalent. And there's some really cool threads, like the MS Rage Paint thread. That was my favorite in there. So.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. After seeing that website, like the banner and stuff, it's nostalgic because like everyone posted on that site. It really brought the community together so well. And yeah.
Sam or Brax? I actually know, Brax, that you were super young when the site was around, but did you guys get along to visiting it at any point? Or posting it there? Any fond memories?
I think I went there once for like, there was some all-caps Skeleton King guide where it was just manly as fuck. Like, I read that when I was like 12, and I just only played Skeleton King from that point on. It was great.
Are you baller enough to get a refresher?
Oh, yeah.
All caps.
Sam,
Just
I know
wait till-
you read sites a lot.
Just wait till
Anything with you?
everyone buys
No.
or reads the Hands 2 guides. Then we're gonna have some good pubs on our hands.
Yeah. DR Rapier Clink.
Clinks.
Clinks, DR Aegis. Yeah.
Sam, did you visit Dota All-Stars at all?
Not that much. I don't know. I just posted to get unbanned and stuff from TVA. That's it.
So do you feel like sites like that are kind of really necessary to propelling Dota? Or do you feel like what Pendragon did was justified at all? Kurt?
Sorry, what?
Do you feel like sites like that are necessary at all? And do you think that there's anything that kind of mirrors what we have right now in terms of DotaAllStars.com?
I don't think anything has really even approached like what Dota All Stars was to the Dota community back then. Like, there's right now for Dota, there's no like Team Liquid like there's for StarCraft or anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe when I think it's only being released as an archive, right?
Yeah, it's being released as a read-only file.
Oh, okay. That's sort of
Right.
disappointing because, like, I know like a lot of people don't really enjoy play Dota, and I don't think any pros post there at all. So I don't know if we'll ever really be able to reach the same level of community that we had on Dota All Stars. And why does my webcam look so funny? It's all frozen. How do I reset that?
I don't know. You can't even turn your webcam on and off, right?
Yeah.
All right,
I have a
so
question.
shoot.
How come, like, when EA was shut down or whatever, people just didn't go play Dota and do the same thing? Like, why was it, there was no transition? It was just another dead forum. Like, why is that?
I think like when you have like 10,000 posts on one forum and it got shut down, you don't really want to have to restart on another one.
Oh.
And like you're so used to one old forum, and like Pendragon just took it away from everyone. He didn't like warn anyone. He didn't like, there was no like compensation for, I don't know how you compensate something like that, but all your time invested in there was just lost.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay. And so recently, guys, we had the new patch come up, right? Well, actually, this wasn't that recent of a change, but now that enough time has passed, I'd like to actually talk about the drafting trends. Right now, we have the biggest thing, of course, being that now Dota has 2 bans in the beginning phase instead of 3. Sam, you're actually the guy who watches the most Dota. How do you feel like that has shifted the metagame from having from going from 3 to 2?
I think it's changed it a lot. I mean, it made a lot more lineups possible, but it's also like trapped the kind of metagame is where you're like stuck banning these two heroes on Radiant, you're stuck banning these two heroes on Dire, just because there's like that pool of like 4 or 5 heroes who just need to get banned every game, and I don't know, just like it opens up a lot of possibilities. I know there are like different lineups that are being seen, and obviously the patch, not just because of the picks, but a lot of heroes got nerfed and buffed and stuff. So I don't know. I don't think people know right now exactly what to do. So there's just a bunch of stuff, and people have just been copying other picks, and they've been seeing like this team picks Wisp, this team picks Sven, this team picks Undying, and they just pick everything together. I don't know. There's just like a lot of mixture and stuff. So I don't know yet what exactly is like the right way to go. It's just interesting to see all the different picks and bans.
Okay. Kurt, as part of Dignitas, has this kind of shifted the way that you guys pick and prioritize heroes at all?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, something bigger than even just a 2-ban thing was the fact that there's a gigantic balance patch in the same patch. Like, Nagasai is not strong anymore, Lycan's not like an auto-pick, auto-ban. And I think Dota in general is a lot... I don't know if I want to say more balanced, because Dota's sort of a game balanced on imbalance. But there's no like must-ban or must-pick heroes other than, in my opinion, like Batrider. So that's definitely changed how we pick. And the 3-ban thing for the second phase is actually really nice because you can sort of ban a specific strategy, whereas before 2 bans often wasn't enough because they could, for example, get Tiny CK or Sven for their strategy. Now that you can ban all 3 if you want to do that.
Okay, so you're saying it kind of like forces people to reel their hand a little faster?
Yeah, and I think we'll see it become a bit more in-depth in the future. I mean, I don't think picking's fully fleshed out yet in the new system.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Like, picking has become a lot more versatile, in my opinion. Like, teams are forced to ban, like, other teams like clutch heroes. We're often seeing, like, BAT and TA bans in the first 2. And then it's just momentum. Like, I know Brax, I know a lot of Chinese teams don't like to give away BAT pretty much ever.
Yeah.
Because
that's like the one hero nobody ever wants to play against.
Yeah. But overall, like, I think it allowed for a lot more versatility because you can ban 3 heroes out, and then there's a lot of support heroes got buffed, so you have a lot more options in terms of support heroes, like THD. Before it was just pretty much like Venomancer was the strongest support hero. And there's THD in the pool. And overall,
THD with Disruptor.
Yeah, and then there's Undying as well. So there's a lot more like support in lane heroes. And we can see like a lot more teams going for certain strategies. Like Undying aggressive tri-lane last night versus, for those of you that caught IG versus DK. DK went for a specific strategy to basically they had an overpowering tri-lane against IG's weak tri-lane, and they dominated the lane based on their strategy, and they also had their solo have a big advantage over the other solos, so they really outpick them, in my opinion. And yeah, I don't know, it's just a lot more strategical, I think. You can run a lot more.
Brax, what's the general consensus in China Lycan for your team actually in general about, Morph being not as prevalent of a hero and the effect of the 2 bans in the beginning?
Well, the 2 bans is like, now everybody tries to target bans. You'll ban Coddle, you'll ban Sven if you know this team wants to anti-push or whatever. Like, you base it around what you're picking. If you want to pick an Undying aggressive tri-lane with, some jungle or whatever, then you'll ban Coddle and some other anti-push hero. You have to think about what you want to do ahead of time so you can ban the right heroes that are good against your strategy. Because the first 3 picks are so important. Almost everything gets through. Like, the only thing that's banned on a regular basis is probably back. Everything else is, sometimes it gets through, sometimes it doesn't. And the Morphling thing, yeah, I'm pretty sure that hero's done now. Nobody ever wants to play that hero ever again. It's just nerfed so badly. There's lots of SFs, Sven, Nakes, Slardar, all these other heroes that are, they haven't been buffed, but they've, like, been, the other heroes have been nerfed, so now they're better. So, yeah.
I don't know, Sven got so freaking buffed last patch.
Yeah, Sven got insane.
Yeah.
On that topic, actually, so Sven, he did get buffed a lot, but do you feel like this is like if Sven doesn't get nerfed at all and he stays as is, do you think he's going to become one of those like prevalent picks like Anti-Mage was pre-nerf?
I think he's really good. I mean, he's strong in lane. He has a reliable stun. He has a cleave to farm fast, and he has an AoE movement speed, and his ult gives him ridiculous amount of time. Like, he doesn't really have any big weaknesses as a hero.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you can play him in any position. Like last night we saw, or today morning I guess for our time, it's like IG run like a support Sven, and then the game before, I mean, they ran like a carry Sven. I don't know. Just there's so much like versatility in the hero, and the Warcry spell I think is just probably one of his strongest early game spells. It's like that you can just spam it, and it gives your whole team armor. You just chase. I don't know. It's insane. There's so much potential with that hero.
So now, sorry, go.
I wanted to bring up like a question, but it's not related to hero picks or drafting. So continue on, Blitz.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I guess the general consensus is that Sven is a really, really good hero. And do you guys feel like there's any like style of countering him or playing around him, or do you feel like he's just gonna become something that you actually just have to necessarily ban?
I don't think he'll ever come to that extent. I don't think he's that overpowered. I just don't think teams right now know how to play versus him because he just has so much damage output and he's strong in lane. It's just annoying, and he can catch up regardless. Like you have the cleave, you have the innate cleave ability, and it's like it's way bigger than Battle Fury. And then you late game you get like a lucky crit. And even if your Sven is insanely poor, I remember the Empire vs MTW game where like blow your brain, they go to tri-lane, and they got completely shit stomped in that tri-lane. And then he was like really poor, and then he just farmed with the Wisp, and the Wisp just makes him even strong. The Wisp I think makes him like an ultra, like the ultra hero, you know, like Superman of Dota or whatever. I don't know. He doesn't need any attack speed. He just has a BKB and he just has the God strength, and you just turn it on and you A-click and fights. And he's like insanely easy to play too. There's not like anything special or anything.
Yeah. So I was gonna bring this up before, but like a lot of people are wondering, is Dignitas going to DreamHack?
Yes.
Yes, so you guys are confirmed going to DreamHack. And Brax, what are your plans for the upcoming tournaments and what you're participating in? Are there any LAN events that you get to participate in? Or just...
Yeah, there's G League. G League's coming up in November, I think. No, December. Sorry, today's November. And we play qualifiers for that on the 17th. So
yeah.
I hope we do good. Have you seen the pictures for it?
Yeah,
oh my god, that picture is so nice.
Yeah, the stadium's sick.
Yeah. So is that the 17th of December?
This month.
Oh.
It's qualifiers, though.
Is that going to conflict with Asia Monthly Madness, the Itsukosu Monthly Madness?
It probably will. So we might not play that.
Yikes.
And
I was really looking forward to your debut for the
Yeah.
Asia Monthly Madness. I know you haven't played many tournaments, but any other tournaments that you know of coming up?
Not really. It's pretty dry right now, actually.
Yeah.
There's just a couple big events, you know. There's G1's finishing, and then there's G League, and then WCG China just finished. So yeah. You know, WCG was so weird. They played Dota 1, and then the finals for it, they played Dota 2. Like, how does that make any sense?
What was the decision making behind that? Did you ask at all?
Because I don't know. I watched that in Shanghai. It was IG versus DK in the finals, and IG won 2-1 or something. And then afterwards, they go and play Dota 2. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. What's the point of that?
Okay, I meant to ask you actually, is Dota 2 actually, has it caught it up in China at all? What's like the general consensus around the area, like, or is it still kind of like how StarCraft is in Korea with Brood War compared to SC2?
Dota 1's always going to be huge until the game's released. Most people still play Dota 1. But all the tournaments now are switching over to Dota 2 because DK said, hey, we're only going to start practicing Dota 2. So all these big tournaments want them, you know, to compete. So they all switched over. Well, most of them switched over. I think SMM's the only one that's Dota 1 still.
Okay. All right. So something I actually really wanted to talk about was pro players playing matchmaking, actually. I know we have AUI over here who's ranked number 7th right now on the Dota buff MMR stats, right? With win-loss.
Big boy.
AUI over here. Sam over here is disappointing with like a 60% win rate.
Dude, do you
Shout
see
out
my
to
stat,
Angina.
man? Like these,
Well,
it's
you
on
stacked
Angina.
me with a 60% win ratio. How
It's
bad
not my.
are you?
It's not my. It's not
Holy
Angina,
crap.
dude. Like
Sam's definitely awful at Dota.
whatever,
You guys
man.
are making me feel bad with my
And,
57,
and you
man.
guys are like all the newbies. I played like early beta, and that was actually
Oh,
hard to win
okay.
because, dude, that was really hard to win in
Okay.
early beta. Like,
Yeah.
you get that random guy that didn't know how to play, and you get the Brazil guy, and oh my god, you just lose.
Oh, you get
When your MMR's really low, you get those type of people. It's okay, Sam.
Dude, it was early beta, man.
Okay.
There was no MMR and
Mhm.
stuff. Okay, whatever. Man.
Hearts. Yeah, I remember Hearts actually.
Oh,
That was-
God.
Hearts
he's
went
like-
Vanguard bots on every hero, no matter what it was.
Do you remember what's that one team name? I forgot. Do you remember Brax? That one
Was it the
team
Brazilian one?
name? Yeah.
It was. Fuck, I
Pain.
don't remember.
God, I can't, dude. What is that name? Like we all
I
just
remember
fake
playing them all the time though. Yeah, we'd fake nick them, right?
Was it Heart? No.
Oh, it was like some other name.
Okay,
That was
we're
the
getting off
first-
topic. But anyways, do you guys feel, I know, Kurt, since you are the pub matchmaking king, right? Because you actually didn't play a lot of leagues aside from the pub leagues like THR and Dota Cash, right? Do you feel like there's any value in playing matchmaking frequently?
Like for learning Dota?
Well, just trying to get better in general. Like,
Yeah,
do you
I-
feel
I-
like hitting that level is possible with just playing matchmaking?
Getting to the top, like a mid-tier pro team level, I don't think it's possible with just matchmaking. I think you do need to find a team and just like scrim with them, have like a good leader, and improve that way. But as far as like in-house leagues go, I think matchmaking is just as good as in-house leagues.
Okay. Sam, do you derive anything from matchmaking at all, or are you of the opinion that in-house leagues are the way to go? Because I know you don't play a lot of matchmaking without
Well,
you play a lot of friends are.
I just practiced my Meepo right now in matchmaking in C9 in-house leagues.
Oh,
I don't know.
no.
I think I can be the best Meepo. I'm really good with Meepo right now. I'm telling you right now, dude.
What's that relevant?
No.
You know, we're going to be playing a match in the future, and he's going to message me. He's going to be like, I told my dad about Meepo. You have to let me play Meepo. We're just going to first ban that.
I'm telling you, I think the hero's legit now. If you have someone that can play it, like you get the Agadams, and then you get like Ethereal Blade, you do so much damage, you get hard. I don't know. I'm telling you right now, the hero has potential. He can be the next, like, something. I don't know. Phantom Lancer back then.
Well,
And then
not when
you have a
play
Sven
Meepo.
on the other team that crits you and kills. all
That's
your
why you
opponents.
have a sheep stick though and an Ethereal Blade.
Oh, that is
You
true.
have a sheep stick, an F blade, and a heart, right, Sam?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It doesn't even matter.
That's
You
all
actually
possible
have like
with the
4
farm.
hearts.
I don't know
And you
how
have
we.
the item slots for all of that.
I don't know how we got away from it, but how was the ESWC after party, Sam? Apparently you loved it.
It's amazing, dude. Like, there were so many guys there. Like, there were like
Yeah, I like how
three
that's the
girls.
first thing.
There were all guys there.
There were
only-
like so many guys there,
Actually,
man. I'm
watching
telling you.
Stefano dance was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, Stefano was dancing in the middle.
But other than that was an awful party, and Sam couldn't stop gushing about it. And he
It was
tried to kiss her
amazing,
after.
dude.
Like,
It was. I'm telling you right now, like that party.
that's why it's
was,
amazing, because you got
that-
to kiss
that
our
party-
manager on the cheek.
Okay, whatever, dude. I don't know why you have to keep bringing that up. Charlie
This
is
an
lying to
important
you.
point to make.
Charlie is lying to you. I
Mm.
promise. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure if Painted Gold was there at the party, he would have enjoyed it. So.
What's that supposed to mean?
It was so awful. I think he's flaming you right now, Pete.
No, I remember Painted Gold enjoyed the last after party in DreamHack.
Dude,
I was-
Twitch TV had free drinks all night.
Oh, did you guys get free drinks?
Yeah, free drinks.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Brax, I meant to ask you as well because, I'm an avid pub player and all that jazz, but do you feel like there's any value to matchmaking whatsoever?
No. I mean, it's nice to play and, you know, just grind and play games and all that, but if you really want to get better and, like, go to the next step, you need to, you know, scrim. It's a different game when you scrim. Like, the whole pub mentality is just do your best, you know. You don't really trust your teammates, you ping, you try to do. You just, pretty much you play for yourself. And when you scrim, you know, you have to play as a team and all that, so it's different.
Okay.
Yeah, it
And
is
Kurt,
a
I mean-
completely different game.
Maybe there's the exclusion of the teamwork part, but you don't think there are things that you can work on in matchmaking? Like, I really like, you know, there's a giant debate around, like, having surrender option. I think pubs are, like, one of the best ways to learn how to, like, play from behind. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I mean, I could see that. I mean, it makes sense, but it's so hard to take a pub game seriously, you know, when everything can go wrong.
I
know,
think you
your
have to-
teammate feeds or something. You
I
can't
mean-
control that.
Yeah, I mean, like, but the only common denominator in all your pub games is going to be you, so I'm pretty sure you have some element of control in it, but that's probably a different discussion.
Yeah, I mean, Like, you have to, I think you have to make sure your individual skill is at a high enough level, and then you have to work on the team aspect, and it'll work out much better.
I agree. You know, the pubs in the C server, everybody takes them seriously. Nobody, like, trolls or anything. It's just a really serious game. It's so weird.
When I went to go queue in China, the games were so like, everyone was like, there were like sentry wards everywhere. Like, it was good.
Yeah.
I liked that. Started in C9.
Because, like, all these guys, all the pros, they play on, you know, alt accounts and everything, and all these guys try so hard. You know, they see a DK burning mid lane. Level 1, they're 5-man smoke ganking. You know, they want their screenshots and all that.
Okay, and so for the people watching, Kurt, actually, I wanted to direct this towards you. What do you think it takes, actually, to get a high win rate in matchmaking? Like, what do you think is the common denominator to playing and doing well in it?
I think the most important thing is, like, avoiding flaming your... Like, honestly, like, sometimes you just play games and then, like, everything's going wrong and you just say to your team, like, oh, hey, we can still win. Like, and you don't flame them. And then you, like, kill one person and the game completely turns around. So I think attitude is incredibly important. Of course, there's, like, this... You have to have, like, a level of individual skill so you can actually make stuff happen in the game. But, yeah. I think attitude is really important. And also attitude for learning is important.
Okay, and so, I mean, those are things that you can pick up in CUG games, right? You can pick up an attitude and all that jazz. Because it's easy to just get frustrated at other people, right, in Dota, but being able to kind of, like, self-evaluate is a relatively important skill.
Yeah. I know I always like his, you know, his, like, he's known for his famous builds. I know he's practiced all that in pub games, so those help those two.
It's sad, because they, like, buffed Radiance on Syllabare, and even I would go Radiance on Syllabare right now.
Would you really?
Shadowblade,
Yeah, I would.
Shadowblade Bounty Hunter is, like, the best
That's
thing ever.
good. You know you can Shadowblade and then hit Windwalk, and then once
You
you,
can
have,
do
like, a
both. You
Lothar
can do
Deso,
both.
you hit someone for, like, 1.2k or something. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah, yeah. Well, shout out to Mate from LOL. It's always just chasing his ass the other day with Shadowblade Bounty Hunter. Pretty funny. He just kept dying and stuff. It was pretty entertaining.
Shout out to Ferrari's TA. Just dominating.
Dominating mid. Yeah, dude. Winning for IG.
All right, guys. I think now we have to actually start wrapping things up. So any last words or anything like that from anybody regarding anything we had talked about?
Oh, yeah. Sam, I've seen your meeple in matchmaking, and nobody is going to ban that against you. I'm just letting you know
Yeah.
that. Just saying.
It's tired.
It was like a month ago, and it's a work in progress. So I don't know why you're filming it. I actually tell you, like, its thing is, like, that hero. If you get, like, versus stack that knows how to play it, I don't know, it's hard.
Can you hear
But
all the excuses coming out of Bulba's mouth for sucking?
Yeah, I mean, I've played against
Whatever,
that Meepo
man.
a couple of times.
That meeple is legit.
I think
Just
I've actually
wait.
played against it too. I don't think it got a kill.
Just wait,
You know,
dude.
you
Just
have the same
wait.
excuses every time.
Just
I think
wait,
I've
dude.
done
It's
the
a
same one
work in
every-
progress, man. Like, do you think Jae-Dong became, like, top StarCraft player just off one game? You know?
You said you've been practicing for a month, though. Like, when can
You
we...
probably
been
have like
practicing for 2
300
weeks.
Meepo games played too.
Like 2 weeks or something. Don't worry, I'll stream soon. For all you loyal guys out there, Mewtwo, shout out to you, buddy. You can watch my meeple at work.
I wear a helmet.
Do you really want to watch someone lose on stream so much? Like, why would you watch that?
Oh. Let's watch AUI 2000 stream.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so anyways, for all you guys, for me personally, you can follow me at twitter.com, blitz_Dota. Kurt, any shout-outs to any sponsors and where people can find you at?
Yeah, thanks to Team Dignitas and our three main sponsors, Alienware, Antec, and Intel, and the list of other ones, which is a lot, so I can't really list them off. I'll work on it and become in control sometimes.
You keep saying that, but...
Yeah, I will. No, I should. I'll be like, I'll have like my Monster Energy or whatever the equivalent we'll have is. And I'll be able to like show like my Q-pad mouse and keyboard and stuff, you know. We'll sell it.
Oh, Brax. The Chinese plague, it's coming.
I know Brax said it was sick, but... Alright, so
That's
Josh,
dying.
any final shout-outs for you or sponsors or anything like that?
Shout outs. Shout out to Blitz Dota. No, just kidding. Find me at Twitter, PAINTITGOLD. Shout out to everyone who listened. Thanks. That's it.
Okay, Sam, anything from you?
Shout out to Bulba Dota at Twitch, and then shout out to LD Dota. Good job to him.
shout out
I've been
to-
watching every like morning, like before I go to class, I just check if he's like streaming some Asian gamer and gods as well. So they've been doing a really good job, and it's nice to see they're like the guys that are like bridging the gap between China and us, so we can watch their games, which is pretty cool. Because in Dota 1, we never used to like see much of their games play, and it was just like it was always the other side. They used to watch us, so it was kind of cool right now. So shout out to him.
All right, and Brax, any plugs for you in terms of Twitter sponsors
My
or anything
Twitter
like
is
that?
it's at Brax likes Dota. Or I'll type it.
Why is it like that?
I don't know,
Yeah,
man. I
it's on
tried.
It's on the screen
Yeah,
already.
it's on the screen already.
It's
You're
on
okay.
the screen, Brax.
Okay, and LGD, Razor, and Taobao, and of course Nicholas.
All right, thank you all for watching. I think there will be a rebroadcast. The VODs will be on youtube.com/NEODota2. And also, I had a plug to make. There's a North American tournament going on right now run by Gosu Gamers for $1,000, I believe. So if you want any more news on that, please check out gosugamers.net/Dota2. And personal shout out to Matrim. And I think I'm good with that, right? All right, thank you all for watching. We should be on next Monday. We'll post all the topics on all that on Reddit and Team Liquid. So thank you all for watching.